Well, good morning. We're back in Middle Earth, and no, we're not on Medriel today, because today is the first day of the Spring Festival, and since I didn't want to take her away from her tasks in the troll shop, well, Fistula has kindly offered to help us out. As you can see, here's Fistula and her little summer dress, and she's looking very adorable. So let's see, let's start with this guy here. We have a taste
Hello,
of
friend.
spring.
Could you help me with
Yes.
something?
We'll do that. Splendor of
Would
spring.
you do something for me?
We'll take that. Bustling
Hello,
bloom.
friend. Could you
Yes.
help me with something?
Okay, so those are just the filler quests, the do 10 quests to complete this quest, and do that 4 times to complete this quest. So, we'll remove those. Now, let's see what we can get into. Oh, we have this guy here. And we can go do this quest. And we're going to go, I guess, deliver wine to patrons. And there's a lot of hobbits out here doing quests today. Oh, we have a pie quest. Well, I think that's going to have to wait. Ah, the spring wine is greatly appreciated. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a very good day today. If you're enjoying the content, I'd appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. Hit the like button, share, hit the bell notification so you know when I post a new video, all the fun stuff. And thank you. Alright, so we've done that. It's too bad she doesn't have a speed skill like the hunter does. Oh, look at the doggy. Alright, that one's done. And this one is something that takes us all over the place. Guess we can do that one. Okay, so I'll have you come here to assist the herbalist. We're always in need of such assistance, from the pursuit of knowledge never ends, and I'm sure you are well aware. I was the apprentice of Galathyr, the herb master of Minas Tirith, and he sent me forth to research the plants and mosses of Ithilien and the waste before Mordor. He did not agree with some of the conclusions I made upon my return, and sought to dismiss me. Not only that, but he has taken a new apprentice, actually he has taken 2, and sent them north to Bree to confirm some of the botanical theories. My sojourn in the wilds, as well as my perusal of that fine tome, Warts and Weeds, has taught me I do not need to be Galathyr's apprentice to study the natural world. So I followed his new apprentices here, and I have been trying to help them with their studies. It seems to me they might be cut from the same cloth as my old master, poor fellows. They have been bothering the people here with Galathyr's questions when they should be out in the field studying the plants and grasses with their own eyes. Milgamel's a good friend, and I have known her since childhood, but she proved a poor apprentice to my master. I think she fancied herself the master, and he the apprentice. Can you imagine such a folly? Anyway, Brood here and I know to show him the respect he deserves, and we have come here to confirm several of his theories about the spread of flowering plants in the Northland. Milgamil came along as well, and to speak true, I do not think we could have prevented her from doing so. She will not appear in our report to Galathyr, I could tell you that. But enough of this banter. I spoke to a fellow some time ago, a Paranath like you, about gathering up some yellow cattails for my study, and he never returned. Now I charge you with the task, and I beg that you do not disappoint me as he did. So, I don't know if I would disagree with an elf on anything. At least not regarding the natural world. I would say if she says something is, and then she probably knows better than a human. Now this will eventually take me out into the Shire. Fortunately for me, I am pretty much of a level on this character to handle most things in the Shire. Oh, maybe I should... There we go. Look at the butterflies, they're so cute. Okay. What we got here? Well, we got a couple people doing that already, so we'll leave it alone for the moment. I don't need the table to be crowded while I'm trying to attempt that. It's kind of a timed quest. Ah, the cattails I requested. You have proven your worth to be far greater than the fellow I first asked to do for these. I will examine these on behalf of my master, and we will see if he has the right of it. Milgamel thinks the old book of hers, Warts and Weeds, is the proper use of cattail. But Galathyr has his doubts, and therefore so do I. But I have become quite parched. Will you bring our table some of that fine spring wine? I saw a number of the bottles across the ground over that way, and every worthwhile botanical study requires proper refreshment. So says my master, and so says I. Because your master's an idiot. And probably a lush. Oh, can we get a screenshot of her holding that? Nah, it doesn't look right. Oh, I'm in the water. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Well, the wine is nicely chilled. It has come to my attention that there are patches of purple anoloth growing nearby. Why did I spend my time thinking about yellow cattails when I could be studying a much more interesting and important bloom? Why, Galathyr would be most disappointed in me, and I might join Milgamel as another in the growing line of spurned apprentices. Quickly, my useful assistant, gather up purple anoloth and bring them to me with utmost haste. I will tell you the history of the important flower upon your return. And it sounds to me like they might be doing some mowing outside, so if you hear some noise... no, they can't be doing mowing outside. It's raining. So I don't know what that noise is. Well, something's going on outside, so if you do hear noise, well, that's what that is. There's a Tom Bombadil outfit. Okay. I'll have to see what the vendor has to offer then. It sounds like there's not much new. Which is too bad. They have, lately kind of slacked off on the, new items for the festival. Although, The fact that there's new items is also good, because it used to be that every year it was the same exact stuff over and over and over again. And for the first, 4 or 5 years, that was fine, because you got new players coming in and they would want the stuff. And you had old players making alts, and maybe they wanted to get more stuff for their alts, although if you had a wardrobe VIP thing or buy it with LOTRO points, you could share outfits. Okay, why is everybody standing right there? Ah, because of this guy.
How can I be of service?
Alright, so we have Jacket of a Merry Fellow. What's this look like? It's interesting. Hat of a Merry Fellow. Boots. Okay, so yeah, we could dress like Tom Bombadil, I guess. I might get it. It's kind of cute on her. Well, maybe not the hat. The hat's kind of eh. I'll probably get it anyway. Short sleeve dress of the Spring Maid, which I think I already have one. Oh yeah, I have one. Steed of the Forest Spring. We'll have to go see what that looks like later. Tome of the Wild Spotted Donkey. Interesting. Tunic set of the Mountain Meadow. It's kind of cute on her. Well, this one I think is new. Not overly excited about it. Maybe on my human or elf characters? We'll see. So, what do we have? We have cosmetics, we have recipes, housing items. Let's see what they have for housing. I've seen those green burning sconces. They're very nice. The Gammer's Cozy Hobbit bed, which is actually a neat item because you can actually change the color of the bedding. Some head sculpture, a Gordon Boar sculpture. Well, I guess that would be appropriate for Bree housing. A garden dwarf. A garden dwarf. A lawn dwarf signed by its creator, J. Carlo. I'll have to get one to see what it looks like. Fine portrait of a shrew. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is pretty much what I've seen before. And of course, maps. Glittering stone floor. Intricate flagstone floor. Those are new. I'll have to see what those look like too. What else do we have? Cosmetic pets. What do we have? Wild Spotted Donkey. Silly Goose. Woodland Rabbit. Oh, we have to get her a rabbit. White-headed Hawk. Pheasant. Male. I think there's a male and female pheasant. Yep, there is. A kite. Okay. Oh, moth kite. Definitely gonna get her one of those. Those are neat. Alright, back to what we were doing. So there are a couple new things. There are more new things than people in chat were suggesting. And like I said, I'll have to go and see. I'll have to go and see about what the new horse looks like. Oh, we're done. Okay. Yes, these flowers are clearly an Orloff, and the samples are in fine condition, and makes a great deal of sense that they should grow here in the Northlands. You see, these purple flowers with the yellow centers are the descendants of a very special type of flower that the men of the West brought to these shores long ago. That bloom was called Anarlos, and it was planted wherever they came to settle. These Anarlos are held to be the descendant of these legendary flowers. Anorloth. are held to be the descendant of these legendary flowers, which died sometime in the intervening years. My master Galather has written extensively about the Anarlos of long ago and the Anarlos of today, and he is widely considered the foremost expert on both. But I am parched once again. We are in need of more spring wine. Assistant, fetch us some, and I will share with you. No, not the wine. I will share with you more tales of the legendary Anarlos. And again, your master's an idiot. And you drink entirely too much wine. Now, there's actually quite a bit more to do at the festival than just what we're doing here. We haven't even gotten to the hedge maze yet. And there's quest in Bree. Broodier catches your eye and calls you over. The assistant who brings the wine is the most popular of them all. That is not one of Galather's expressions, but is one of mine. So it is with an abundance of good feeling that I count you as a friend. Might you do something for me, my new friend? There's an elf across the way who seems to have taken an interest in our discussion. He is right over there and has been staring at us for some time now. I do not like it. Go see what he wants. I apologize if I caused the visiting herbalist some discomfort, but I must confess that it was not entirely without reason. I find their demeanor unpleasant and their behavior discourteous. But I am most offended by the single point. The herb master they serve knows nothing about the Anarlos bloom, and has spread much about it that is simply untrue. I would not normally involve myself with such matters, but my brother Edlethorn travels to Mifflin, and there to depart Middle Earth for the Undying Lands. We said our farewells just yesterday, and I tarried here at the festival grounds seeking a balm for my unsettled thoughts. I could not make the decision for him, but neither am I ready to sail into the west, and this conflict wars within me. Edlethorn and I were given to traveling throughout Middle Earth, and together we found great joy in the beauty of far-off places. We rested in Rivendell and called it home, but never for long. We were always off again on our journeys before the sun had set a dozen times, and we wandered the wilds and came to villages unfamiliar and strange. This was our practice for almost an age of the world, but Edlethorn grew sorrowful at the changes he saw, the places that were damaged by the ravages of war, the losses inflicted by Sauron. In time, we did not journey as often, and we spent longer in Rivendell than we did away. This has been the last of our travels. My brother departs, but the memory of my wanderings with him remain, and that is how I know your herbalist friends are mistaken. The purple Anarloth of today has little resemblance to the Anarlos of legend. If you tell them this, I will describe what I know of the Anarlos to them and to you, if you wish. I do not know what this elf thinks he knows, but I have never heard his name before. How many tomes of herb lore has he studied? Not only that, how many has he written? My master Galather has written innumerable such tomes, and it is noted expert on countless subjects related to the many breeds and uses of every plant that grows upon the Middle Earth. All in Minas Tirith know of his expansive knowledge, and none would dare doubt its breadth or accuracy. I will hear out this elf, but only in order to reveal him for the charlatan he is, and you can tell him so. You're an idiot. And so is your master 10 times over. Listen well, and I will tell both of these herbalists and you what I know of the legendary Anarlos. You have entered a part of the world with challenges and threats of much higher level than your own. While you're in this area, you may attract the attention of monsters from further away than normal. You could tell when you have entered such an area when the name of the area below your mini-map turns red. Harvesting speed will decrease when in such a dangerous area. Used to be we could go into really high-level areas and gather stuff on low-level characters if we had, somebody to watch our back. Nowadays, not so much. All right. Let's talk to this. Oh, and she's not an elf after all. She is a Gondorian. I mistook her for an elf. I guess that's a compliment. Many are the varieties of flower that bloom in the undying lands beyond the reach of mortals, never to be seen by men or dwarf or hobbit. Elves know of them by song or story, if not by sight, and that knowledge brings them joy or sorrow in turns. But some flowers came to grow in distant soil. The Anarlos was one of them, and it grew in profusion in Numenor across the sea. Tall it was, like the men of that land, and as it grew, it faced the rising of the sun in the east, and was crowned with the light of the morning. The Anarlos was held to be an emblem of the house of Elros. Seeds of the Anarlos were brought to Middle-earth by Elendil. He sent them to be planted wherever the men of the West came to settle. So, if you haven't guessed already, the Anarlos of which he speaks is the sunflower. But that means Anarlos should bloom in many places, does it not? Every student of history knows the tale of Elendil and his flight from Numenor, and that he brought plants and seedlings of high birth and low with him to Middle-earth. But if he ordered such flowers as the Anarlos to be planted wherever his people settled, they should grow still in abundance. That is why my former master believes the Anarlos to be its true descendant, and on this I cannot say I disagree. How came Herendel to know of the flower's history? Bah! If these tall flowers were truly planted by the men of the West throughout Middle-earth, where are they now? Anarlos grows in many places, but I have not seen these flowers you describe in Gondor. Neither have I seen them throughout Ithilien. If you are not a liar, perhaps you are a fool, but I should wish to be neither. How do you claim to come by this knowledge? Not by study, I warrant. You're an idiot. No, you're right, Methless. I have not come by this knowledge through study, or at least not through the study of old books, or an herb master's teachings. My brother Edlithon and I walked the hills and valleys of Middle-earth long ago. We took great joy in our wanderings, and every new sight filled our hearts. Nothing cheered us so much as the Anarlos that lined the roads we walked. They grew in the gardens of Minas Anor, far to the south. They grew too in the courts and along the paths of Anuminus, city of kings. But they died. It began with Anarion, when Anarion was slain in Mordor. It continued during the long decline of the Northern Kingdom. And then, one sad day, there were none left. My brother and I did not journey together much after that. We just grew apart. That is the tale. Now you must understand why I feel so strongly that the Anorlos be remembered as they were, and not as a distant lore herb master pretends them to be. I am not saying I believe this elf, Fistula, but he has given me some food for thought. And why they dropped me all the way across from the quest point is beyond me. Edlathon and I did not travel as often once the Anor loss died out. It was only one sign of the wounds Sauron inflicted upon Middle-earth, but it affected we two more personally than many others. I wonder if the Anor loss grow still in the Undying Lands. Perhaps when I come there at last, I will find my brother smiling among them, eager to chastise me for delaying so long to see them. It is a happy thought, even if that is all. So it sounds like they actually are mowing today. It's been raining. The ground is wet. Why would they mow right now? I beg your pardon and hope you will excuse me, but I could not help but overhear the telling of your friend's story. I'm not very good with names, so I do not quite know what flower he was talking about, but it seems to me that it bears some resemblance to the humble sunflower. They grow in the Shire, you know. I would happen to know, being a hobbit, a respectable hobbit. The hobbit believes that some strain of Anorlos still grows within the bounds of her land. Can it be true? And so the next part of this quest is timed, and it takes us to the Shire, so we're going to not do it for the moment, because we want to go... Well, there's lots of other things to do. Let's see if we can do this.
Stay and have some tea.
Are you here for the pie eating contest? Wonderful, I'll explain the rules. The goal is to eat any 6 of the pies there are on the table. Big ones, small ones, it makes no difference to me. But be sure you let me know you're finished before the time expires. Are you ready to start? Okay, I can't see the timer. Okay, we don't want to eat another rhubarb pie. Ah, gooseberry pies. Apple pie? Apple pies are good. Of course, somebody else is doing it. We have enough time to eat this last pie? I hope so. Oh, I ran out of time.
Stay and have some tea.
Okay, we'll try that again after people are done doing it. And we're going to take a quick break, see how much time we have left, because there's a lot of stuff to see at the festival, and we've just barely started. Okay, we're back. And from the looks of things, we should have just about enough time to finish most of the stuff here. And this one we're not going to do because
Could I
it
speak
just,
with you a moment?
I never did like that one quest. Alright, so we got quite a few people here. We got this guy, he wants us
Would
to
you do something for me?
talk to Sigismund Northtook in Brockenborings. We'll accept that, because at some point we're going to be going past there anyway. Garden of Past.
Hello, friend.
So
Would
she
you
wants
help
me
me
to
with
go
something?
to Duland. We'll take that. We're going to be headed that way soon anyway.
Could I speak with you a moment?
and speak with Avery Crabapple during the flower blooming season. Why, how fortunate. You appear to be just the person Avery Crabapple, a friend of mine in Bree, was looking for someone of your renown to help him. Even the most stalwart of persons can get swept away in the springtime, especially with all the lovely flowers blooming. The smell of flower and romance is in the air. Go speak to Avery if you have the time. You'll find him in the market square in Bree. Alright, so we'll do that later too. Alright, so now we have a few quests left. We'll start with this one.
Might I take a moment to
I
fill
came
time?
here this year to enjoy the greenery and get away from the noise of my home. I wanted to get lost in the quiet and the smells of spring. Instead, I come on the day when the tweens from the Shire arrive. You wouldn't believe the mayhem inside the maze. Please, can you make them go away? Make them be quiet. They're running around, harrying and annoying everything on two legs. Well, so sorry. And so, that's the only quest that we could take with a second quest. We'll start with...
I would be grateful for your assistance.
old Gizzy here. I beg your pardon, I needed a moment to compose myself, but I have dashed the water from my eyes and quit my uproarious laughter long enough to devise a wonderful plan. I am not a cruel dwarf, but this is an opportunity I cannot miss. You see, I came to this maze many days ago, hoping to see the sights, pass on through, and move along. But as I picked my way, I heard an elf muttering about not being able to find the exit, but he grew silent when he perceived my presence. He followed me for a bit, but took a wrong turn. I came out at last, and I waited. Do you know that I have been here all these days since, and I have not seen so much as a hair from a single elf head, save that one standing near, waiting for her companions? My mirth has grown greater with each passing hour. This is the best festival I've ever been to. Now take these signs and post them everywhere you can, and point them this way and that. Let's see how many more days it will take them now. So, basically, he's tricking the elves and getting them lost. But most of these quests you cannot take more than one at a time, with some exceptions like the tween quest you can take with other quests, because it'll take you a few tries to get them all. Especially when the festival is anew and everybody and their cousin is chasing tweens. In the meantime, we can go around and find all our signs. And we'll see if I remember this from years past, or if I get lost myself. And we're also waiting for the chickens to get released into the maze, because that's another fun quest to do. Fortunately, after we do this, we can then help them out of the maze. She must have gotten that one. Darn it. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of people around, and it's going to be a challenge getting our tweens. And we're almost done with our signs. I think we have 2 more left after this.
How do you do?
Ah, we got one. Luckily, we only need 4. I thought we needed 6. I don't think we're going to catch that one. Nope. Well, we catch this one.
How do you do?
Alright. So we got 2 of our Hobbit tweens. And I believe we've gotten all our signs. Sometimes it is better off not to chase the tweens around, just come across them. Alright, so.
Greetings, traveler.
Oh, this is delightful. None have come out yet. Would you like to wait with me? We can fetch a pint at the festival and return in a moment, and then we shall continue to enjoy the most memorable scene. And no, thank you. Okay, so. Nope. They're not up yet. Okay, so.
Greetings,
now,
friend. Will you lend me
I'm
your
glad
ear?
you have come. I could use some assistance, if you please. You might wonder why I'm standing all alone at a festival springtime event, but I'm actually waiting for my friends. I've been waiting for some days now. We all entered the maze together as a group, but sometime during the course of things we became separated, and only I came out. I have been waiting for them all these days since. Do you think you could go into the maze and remind them that we must soon be away, back to our own celebration? I would go in again, but I'm afraid that I will miss them once again, and we could have been even longer if they go back in to look for me. I'm beginning to regret our decision to come here. Alright, so, back in, and this time we're looking for the elves. Oh, there's one. And he wanders.
What do you need?
Are you lost? I can see that you are. You needn't be ashamed. Just follow my path, and I will lead us both back to Selthalil. I'm not even going to try. And he'll path between here and there. Now, the second one is usually in here somewhere. And there he is.
What do you need?
Yes, we elves do not notice the turning of the days. Her concern is unfounded. I am not lost, but enjoying the fresh foliage. I suppose it matters not. I will leave now. Where is the exit? I do not ask because I do not know. I just want to make sure that you know how to get out. I swear by the time they find their way out of the maze, the festival will be over. The door? Oh, I am sure I must have passed it 100 times and paid it no heed. I could find it again in a moment if I so desired. I say only because I worry if you can get out yourself. I will watch which direction you go to make sure you go the right way. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't take the elves for liars. And every single one of these elves has lied so far.
How can I be of service?
She is too hasty, but I suppose she is correct. I will come. I will follow you for a while if you don't mind. Of course, they don't actually follow you. Oh, come back here.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Okay. That's 3 unruly tweens.
How can I be of service?
She's waiting? I almost forgotten her. I find this maze most inhabitable. I am not sure I have a mind to leave just yet. Pray tell, though, where is the door? I am merely out of curiosity, should I ever want to find it. I am not sure that time will come, but just the same, it will be good to know it is there.
Hello there.
Ah, we got all our tweens. I am sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I have been looking for the exit for days. I have never been good at this sort of thing. Every leaf is distracting. Will you lead me out? So at least this one and the one before pretty much tell the truth. But the first couple are definitely pulling my leg. And now we have 2 quests to turn in.
What can I do for you?
Thank you, Fistula. I cannot fathom how such little folk can make such an enormous racket. Hopefully they will be a little quieter now. Okay, and she, instead of just giving me leaves, she gives me a present. You open it up. You either get some leaves or you get, usually a shrew pet. I think that's the only things you get from that.
Hail, friend, and well met.
You spoke to all of them, and yet still they tarry. I do not know how I will ever get them out. I am beginning to think that bringing them along was not the most prudent idea. Okay, and of course, the chickens are still not out in the maze
Could I
yet.
speak with you a moment?
Hello, friend. It's not a fine spring day. This is just the sort of weather that makes a festival so pleasant, with the gentle breeze and the bright new grass. Are you looking at the maze yonder? That is just what I was thinking of, too. It is a fine day indeed to be lost in the foliage. So you wish to try your luck at picking a path. That is a worthy goal. I went just the other day in record time. I'll warrant you can't get through, even if I gave you a more than generous amount of time. In fact, I'll be willing to wager a fair price on that very challenge. Give a shout if you get lost and need me to come looking. I'll not think less of you. Some people get quite lost in such a confusion of ways. But do not walk so quick that you forget to savor the sweet smell of growing things, for you'll not find them any other time of year. Alright, so, enter the maze. And now, we have 5 minutes to find the other side of the maze. Follow along, because this won't take long. Oh, okay, let's go this way. There we go. And down. If you see this sign, you know to go right. And just cut this corner here. Go left. And at the end, we're going to go right. And guess where we'll be at? If you said the exit, you're right. You have found the exit. Now, we could go back through, and sometimes I do that if I still need to find tweens. Today, I don't, so I'm just going to ride back around. We're also going to watch out for dots because, well, this is Breland, and there are, like, level 20 mobs, although usually not at the festival grounds. And we'll get off our horse right about here. Alright, I'm back.
Hello there.
Oh, you startled me. I did not expect to see you for another several hours at least. You did rather well, but you have to go much faster if you're to best my time. But never mind. I am impressed just the same. Come to think of it, you deserve a reward. Accept this token of my respect for a maze master in training. I hope that you enjoyed the greenery as much as I did when I went through.
Hello, friend.
Hello
Could you
again. The
help me
spring
with
weather is
something?
pleasing, rain or shine, is it not? I see that you're still looking at the hedge of maize yonder. Do you wish to challenge your own best time? That is an admirable goal. I do not think you are yet ready to challenge mine. I think a good compromise will be you running the maze within just over half the time previously allotted. 3 minutes should do the trick. My minute record is not to be outdone, of course. Don't forget to shout if you get lost and need me to come looking. I'll not think less of you. Some people get mighty lost in such a confusion of ways. Alright, so he says the same thing at the end. And we go back in and start over again. So now we have 3 minutes, which I don't think we're going to need 3 minutes. Go this way. And go this way. And up. And I see I don't have the L Association quest, which means I haven't done that yet. I might get that started off screen, so next time we can do that one too. Which is pretty much the same as the race, but with an added twist. You have found the exit. So, back out we go. And back over to talk to our new friend. Excuse me. Fried beetroot sticks. That sounds so lovely. Not. Of course, I don't like beets that much.
Hello there.
Oh-ho! You did not startle me this time. I had a bit more faith in you, though. I feel secure in my own record. You will never beat that.
Hello, friend.
Yes,
you
well,
help me with
you really
something?
can't seem to get enough of that hedge maze, no matter. No one will ever best my best time. Only 1 minute and a few seconds more. I'm sorry to have to break this to you, but it is a folly to think you can match my time. Try if you must, but I simply do not wish for your hopes to be disappointed. It can be so discouraging to fail. You still mean to try, do you? Very well, you have 1 minute. I am not worried. No one will ever beat my time. Now please leave me be. I am trying to enjoy the spring before it fades into another sweltering summer. And I cannot do it if you are hovering about me like a gnat. A gnat, huh? We'll see about that. Alright, and this is the last time we go through. And yes, we get exactly 60 seconds. And I see... oh, the donkey's kind of cute. Maybe I'll get one. Obviously not today, because I do not have enough tokens to do that today. And wait, 36, 34. And this is even faster on a hunter with their speed boost. 26, 25, 24, 23, 22. So, took me 39 seconds from start to finish. And yeah, I've noticed that. The festival's been going for a couple hours. I didn't even get an invite for it. I just happened to know it was starting. And he's going to be grumpy.
Greetings, friend.
Please do not come around and bother me anymore. Your very presence somehow saps the beauty out of a fine spring day, and I find that I do not enjoy it quite so much when you are near. Come to think of it, I do not like mazes after all. They are rather too green for my liking. Too much green is unpleasant in certain lights. Here, take your reward. Enjoy your silly maze if such a silly, pointless thing can truly be enjoyed. Sour grapes. Alright, so. Have we finished enough quests? No, we need to finish one more. Of course we do. Well, let's see if talking to the guy in Bree will do it. It's like I said, the one that goes to the Shire is going to take... Oh, wait. Let's see if we could do... Oh. Okay. There's somebody there. Alright. We'll wait our turn. As soon as he's done, I will attempt to do this. Oh, he's got himself a nice big fancy beard, doesn't he? Now, if I remember right, it was apple pie and... Was it blackberry? No, it was something else. I'll remember it once I see it. I know that the rhubarb pies were pretty slow. And of course the chickens are running through the maze. Alright, let's see if we can hurry up and do this. Gooseberry? Gooseberry. Rhubarb. Gooseberry. We'll do the blackberry since it's either that or gooseberry. Okay. We'll do this one since we're waiting for more to pop up. Apple, gooseberry. Ah, we did it. Okay.
Hello
Well
there.
done, friend. You sure put away those pies in just in the nick of time. As a winner of the pie eating contest, you're welcome to claim your prize. Of course, you'll also have a wonderful title to go along with it. Pie eating champion. And that is a perfect title for a little hobbit. And she doesn't have a title on, so we're going to get lost. Because of course we are. That way. Alright, so. What is it? Under character. Titles. Let's see, we have Apprentice of Blade, Legendary Traveler, 7 stars, 11s, Ever on and on. 11s would be a good one for her too. Fallow Hides, Undefeated, Wary, Burrow, Friend of the Mark, Garden, Pie Eating Champion. Alright. Very good. And that didn't count towards the Taste of Spring. Because of course it didn't. So I guess we are going to run through the maze and try to beat people to 2 chickens. Now chickens are probably the most challenging, even if there aren't a lot of people around. So this is going to be a real kicker with all these people doing the maze. It's amazing. Get it? Very cute. Now we get to see all the tweens running around because we don't need them anymore. Okay. Oh, no chickens yet. Let's check in here. I don't think the chickens have rings. I think the chickens are one of those things you literally have to look for. Which is actually a good thing. At least something's a bit challenging. Sometimes there's a chicken around here. Nope, not this time. There's the donkey again. And a lot of people are not getting the invite quest. Alright, so sometimes there's a chicken here. Nope. Like I said, it's going to be quite the challenge to find these chickens. We might have to run around this a few times before we find them, because everybody and their cousin is looking for chickens right now. Sometimes a chicken will come here. Actually, no, there's usually sometimes a chicken that'll hang out here. There's also usually a tween starting point there too. And that's usually the chicken that people grab first because it's, well, oh, chicken did have a ring. Got a chicken. Okay. Took me a few clicks to get to it because, well, I'm not good at gauging where something's going to go. Help, I'm lost. Ha ha ha. And the tweens are having so much fun in here. Chicken. Yay. Okay, so we have our chickens, which other people that are coming after us will be eternally grateful for. Now, I'm pretty sure at this point we're probably going to pause after we turn in our daily. What do I have? Dances. No, I don't have dances. Ah, that's not what I want to do. I don't have dances. I'm surprised. Well, we're going to have to remedy that this festival.
Hello there.
Look at all these chickens. You certainly did your part. Now you must have a reward. And how many rewards have I gotten so far? I have whole 12 spring leaves. Well, do I have any? I have a few from Fall Festival still. Well, I mean, we could, if nothing else, while we're in Hobbiton, we could turn those in for Spring Festival leaves.
Greetings, friend.
My, you're a festive one. I hope you're having a fun time at the Spring Festival. It seems you're having a swell time, so perhaps you'll enjoy one of the rewards. Here you are. Come again. So we got 3 leaves, which brings us up to 15. So,
What can I do for you?
which we can get exactly 1 item. Now, I think we weren't really all that keen on this dress. Oh, no, that's one we have already. Wasn't that dress. It was the dress of the Mountain Meadow. Actually, now come to think of it, we might have that one too. I like that in purple, but I don't like the sleeveless look. And of course, the cap-sleeved one is a rust color. Yeah, I'm not really feeling that dress. Tome of the Spotted Donkey, which we need actually 10 more leaves for. Alright, so we're not going to be getting anything today. We'll have to continue festivaling. And next time, I'll probably do the maze stuff off screen. And then we can head out to Bree and talk to the fellow in the town square and see what he wants. Until then, bye for now, and happy Spring Festival.